Major bummer, dude. I'm about to tell you about one of the most brutal games you'll ever play. Bad and Rad isn't like the first Skate or Die game on the NES, which was essentially a bunch of mini-games. It's a bit closer to the sequel, The Search for Double Trouble, but is by no means the same as that either. You're first on this 2D street level filled with pitfalls, spikes, dogs, and all the regular city platform tropes, and need to collect what look like beer cans and ice creams along the way. Enemies will throw knives and stuff at you, but you can avoid them to a certain extent by timing jumps just right so that they hit the underside of your board. Jump with A, crouch with B, and increase speed left and right in the way you'd expect. The top speed isn't much, and it doesn't increase any more by crouching. It's not Tony Hawk's level of physics by any standard, but the movement is reasonably intuitive. After the street level, you'll enter a demented child's bedroom where after not too long a time, you'll need to fight this jester character who throws fireballs at you. You can't touch the jester at all, but basically need to deflect these projectiles back at him by ollieing and hitting them with the underside of your board. It only works if you're jumping upwards. Landing on top of a fireball hurts you. You only need to hit the guy 4 times, but the movement is very tricky to get down, and you have a strict time limit to do it. Manage to beat the first boss, and you go to an overhead vertically scrolling race down a sewer drain. This is as tricky as you like. Instant death spikes, the river coming across the pathway, guys on overhead walkways with fishing hooks that capture you and take a bunch of your precious time limit. Wow, it's frustrating. Lives are really stingy as well in this game. If you manage to make it through that hellish level, you drop down into the sewers themselves, onto another side-scrolling stage. This is actually much more pleasant to play. The difficulty of these side stages are not nearly as brutal, and if you maintain a certain speed, you can fly through them in a way that's actually a lot of fun. Don't rest though, because level 4 is incredibly tough. Racing downwards again while this giant spiked tube thing rolls after you. It's instant death, of course, all the while trying to avoid the usual traps and pits. 5 is yet another downward level, but it's somehow even more brutal. You're travelling down this half-finished bridge with instant death on both sides, crumbling sections, tons of opportunities to fall to your death, massive border-eating birds of prey, and an attack helicopter. What did this guy do? Right at the end, there's a pixel-perfect part where you have to grind on a rope, and it is impossible. Well, obviously it's not, but I just don't know how any human player could be expected to nail this part in the handful of lives it takes to get there. And if you manage to get to stage 6, well, I'll let you discover that diagonal hall of 1,000,000 deaths for yourself. The start of stage 7 is as far as I can get. I don't know what comes after that, my skills will only take me so far. The sound effects are excellent, as you might expect from a Konami title, but the music, while good, is not quite up to their high standards. It's competent and fits the theme well enough, and you won't be listening to it anyway, you've got enough to concentrate on. I love the graphics though, especially some of the boss animations and backgrounds. At first, playing what is fundamentally a skating game, I was a little disappointed that there are no kickflips or 360s to be had, but shortly you realise that you've got plenty to contend with. Lots of people hate this game, and it's easy to see why. While I think that hate is a little harsh, it is far too hard, and doesn't really test your reflexes so much as your ability to remember how the levels go. It's a test, not one of skill, but of rote learning. This game goes on and on, with ass-whooping after ass-whooping. Skate or die? Probably more of the latter, I'd say.